Hello, 7 Blue class. Sorry again that I'm not going to be with you, but here are the notes we were going to give in class today. We'll check the homework from last night and the homework from tonight the next time I see you, which I think is on Thursday. And then I sent you an email to remind you that you have a quiz on Friday. So we'll review all day Thursday, so be ready for this. Simplifying fractions is 4.4. Take these notes just like you would as if you were in class. The nice thing about this is you can stop and replay this, rewind and catch things, stop and take time to copy things down and then start it up again. So that way you can make sure you get the whole everything that you need. All right, here we go. Simplifying fractions should be reviewed for most everything. We'll remind you how to do that. So here's some vocabulary, so you can just pause, copy these down into your notes, and then move on when you're ready. But equivalent fractions are fractions that simplify to the same thing. So 4/8 and 5/10. If I simplify 4/8, I get 1/2. If I simplify 5/10, I get 1/2. Hey, guess what? 4/8 and 5/10 are equivalent fractions. Simplest form means a fraction that has no more common factors in the numerator and denominator. So that means, like over here, 4/8, I can take a 4 out of the top and a 4 out of the bottom. That's not in the simplest terms. But here, a 1 and a 2, then I am done. Common factors other than 1. But 1/2 would be the simplest form, or lowest term. An algebraic fraction is just a fraction, just like we have here, except we're going to add variables. This is the difference between what you may have done before by simplifying fractions and the new stuff. Plus, we always say simplified, we never say reduced. Reduced means to make smaller, whereas simplified means to put in simplest form. All right. Finding equivalent fractions. So how do we do it? Well, if you're given a fraction, all right, a over b, we're using algebra. If you multiply the same thing, top and bottom, or you divide the same thing, top and bottom, you end up with an equivalent fraction. B and C, in this case here, can never be 0 because you can't divide by 0. So this is called a restriction right here. How do we do it? Well, I could take my 5, 6, I multiply the top by 2 and the bottom by 2, and I end up getting, because I can multiply anything by 1, so 2 over 2 is 1. I can multiply the top by 2, I get 10. Multiply the bottom by 2, and I get 12. 10/12 is an equivalent fraction of 5, 6. Oh, they want 2 equivalent fractions. Well, I can multiply the top by 10 and the bottom by 10, and I would get 50 over 60. So I have 2 equivalent fractions. Over here, 7/12. I want you guys to try this one, so pause. Pause. When you're done, you start it back up again. All right, so how'd you do? There's a couple ways to do it. You could multiply by 2, multiply by 3, multiply by 10, multiply by 100 on the top and the bottom. So even though these are more than 2 equivalent, I gave you a bunch of answers, and you might even have one that's not there, as long as you multiplied the top and the bottom by the same thing. Or divide it. So if I gave you 70 over 120, and I said you needed an equivalent fraction, you could divide both by 10. Lowest terms. Again, lowest terms is dividing each one by the common factor, or divide by their greatest common factor. That's why we did common factors first. How do we find that? Well, using the listing method, 12 is 12, 2 times 2 times 3. 18 is 2 times 3 times 4 times 3. What are the common factors? Well, common factors are 2 and 3. So 2 times 3 is 6. I can take a 6 out of the 12 and the 18. When I take a 6 out of the 12, I am left with 2. When I take a 6 out of the 18, I'm left with 3. 12/18 can simplifies down to 2/3 by using the prime factorization. So you can use the tree method or the cake method to get these prime factorization, and then you cut out the ones that are the same. You're left with the simplified fraction. Pretty cool. All right, so 27 over 24. 51 over 63, 12 over 36. I want you to first list out the prime factorization and then simplify. All right, so pause, work on those, and then start it back up again. So I've got 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. 24 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. I'm going to cancel out. Oh, I'll try to cancel out. I can cancel out 3's there. So what am I left with? 3 times 3 is 9. Over 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. And sure enough, I could take a 3 out of both of those. I'm left with 9 over 8 in my simplest form. Now, you do not have to change it to an improper fraction. Leave it as an improper fraction. Don't change it to a mixed number. All right, try the other two. All right, how did you do? 17 over 21, 1 over 3. I could take a 3 out of the 51 and 63. I could take a 12 out of 12, left with 1. 12 out of 36, left with 3. All right, simplifying fractions will help with algebra fractions. Don't forget everything we just remembered. And then our restriction, remember, denominator can never be 0. So here we go. How do we simplify this right here? Well, anything over itself equals 1. So when I list this out, I get 10, which is 2 times 5, times x times y, over 8 is 2 times 2 times 2 times x. Well, anything that's the same on the top and the bottom I can cancel. So simplified this, I'm left with 5y over 4. Done. All right, so same thing. List them out, cancel them, list them out, cancel them, and see if you can simplify these. I'll do the first one with you. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1, 2. I can cancel out 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom. I'm left with n to the third. All right, simplify those and see what you get. Okay, how did you do? A to the third over 4a is a times a times a over 2 times 2 times a. Numbers can't cancel with anything, so the 4 stays on the bottom. I have 3 a's on top, 1 on the bottom. I can cancel out 1, so I'm left with 2 a's up top. So a to the second over 4. Here I have 5x squared, so 5 times x times x. 25 is 5 times x times y times y times y. 1x can cancel, 1 5 can cancel. I'm left with 1x over 5, and the y to the third, they don't change. Down here, 2 times 7 times c times c times c over 2 times 2 times 2 times c times c times c times c. One of the 2's can cancel. 3 of the c's can cancel. So up top, I'm left with just a 7. On the bottom, I'm left with 2 times 2 is 4 and 1c. Over here, m times m over m times m times m. 2 of the m's can cancel with 2 on the bottom. I'm left with 1 on the bottom. Now, here's the trick. I bet a bunch of you just put m. But in the numerator, remember, anything over itself equals 1. So this is really m over m is 1. M over m is 1. And then m on the bottom. So we really have 1 times 1 is 1 over m. All right? That's what. So if you made a mistake, it was probably right there. But now you can fix it. All right. So homework will be on the website, so you can try that. And then hopefully this worked out well. All right. Thank you very much. And I'll see you. Well, if you need extra help, please come in tomorrow conference or fourth period. Thanks. Bye.